4G, episode 4.
Dive in. Dive in. Dive in. Dive in. Dive in. Dive in.
He's not a man. There's nothing more to say.
Dive in.
Nothing more to say. What up, my fellow unprofessionals? Diving for Glory, match week 4. Your boy Corciola back in effect. Just call me Pep, going forward threat. Game, set, match. Place your bet, collect your scratch. Sir Solomon.
I don't have a rhyme.
I got him every week, man, every week. Man, our 4-3-3 is back. They're warmed up. They're chomping at the bit for the whistle. We're covering games first this week for the back 4. Then we're going to go Mancetti and Pep issues, Champs League and Dembele this episode for the midfield. And our strikers are in peak form early in the season. Man, let's go.
Yep.
All right, we're going to start the left back, the first game of the week. The massacre at Anfield.
Yes.
With more abuse than an Adam Johnson birthday party.
Yes, this game was highly anticipated and a dud.
Man,
By
over quick.
Arsenal.
Over quick.
Grand opening, grand closing.
I think 0 shots on goal for Arsenal says it all.
Yes, when the other team had 10 shots on target and 18 shots overall, Arsenal, for the first time since 2014, didn't have a shot on target in a game.
Dude, Sparsenal. It's real sparse out there.
On one day away from the anniversary of the 8-2 mauling they received at the Manchester's hand. I think that was in 2011.
Yeah. Whoa. Damn. So,
Keeping traditions alive,
let's,
one dead soul at a time.
So it goes without saying that Mesut Ozil, this dude just disappears. He ghosts. But what I really want to ask you about is, dude, like, Welbeck started, Lacazette was on the fucking bench. You just paid fucking club record fee for the dude, and you put him on the bench for a striker that doesn't strike.
Yes, when I saw one of Welbeck's misses, the first thought in my mind was, that was a Lacazette miss right there. They took away this guy's opportunity to be Arsenal's leading frustrator by putting in a man who has many years of doing that. Danny Welbeck is a joke. He's a waste of space. He's a striker that doesn't know how to score.
Yeah, he's the exemplary work rate guy. Also, tactically,
everything about the tactics were just absolute shit.
3-man backline again.
3-man backline with no plan of support. Like, when you have a 3-man backline, first and foremost, you usually, those 3 central defenders that you use are above average defenders with excessive speed and awareness positionally. Supported by a whole team that generally has to press if you have a 3-man back, especially if you're pushing up.
Yep.
This team has 3-man islands away from each other.
Yep.
And no support. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain didn't want to be tired for his medical today at Chelsea, so he was just jogging around, just trying to keep his blood moving, you know?
Man, dude.
These guys shit on them.
The game, it's a little scat play. That's German style, son.
Did they shit on them, or did they shit themselves? Like, I don't know.
Man, it's a little bit of both. That game could have been like 7-0 because Salah had fucking chances. Like, there were so many chances. 7
Liverpool players had higher than 8 rating on WhoScored.com, and the 8th player, Alonso, had 7.9.
Dude, and
you're getting dominated by Alonso, people.
By comparison, former Barcelona target.
Sorry, not Alonso, Moreno.
Yeah. Former Barcelona target. Hector Bellerin.
Bellend.
Dude, 4.85 on WhoScored? Like,
yes. I saw an excellent tweet. Somebody said, Bellerin playing left back, he's not even good at his own position. This guy had no idea what he was, where he was supposed to be, and to top it off, the team is just all over the place. on one of the goals, he caused a defensive mistake as the last Arsenal man, and he was 20 yards in the Liverpool half. That's the furthest back they had a man.
Dude, it was a disgrace. It was really bad. Really quickly though, coming into international break, man, like where do these two teams sit?
Liverpool should be very happy with where they are. They slaughtered this team. It was a team that took unnecessary risks against a team that thrives on picking apart opponents that make risks.
Yep.
And what you can see is that Jurgen Klopp's message, whether you agree with it or what you think of his final game plan, his players believe in it and are executing it 100%. Whereas Arsene Wenger,
It's the opposite.
I don't know what he's doing. The players look like they don't know what he's doing and have lost respect for him. He's like if you went to Best Buy today and bought a CD player. It doesn't matter how good it is. That technology has expired.
Done.
You got to move on.
Yep. So, real quick, moving on. I do want to mention one thing that this is so typical Liverpool. They drill on like a team like Arsenal and then they draw Watford 3-3. But I do want to move on. Let's move on to Spain and let's talk about Barcelona.
España.
The demise was apparently a little bit premature. Barca versus Alaves. Alaves, the only team to get 3 points to Camp Nou last year. But
Danny Alaves.
it was D Alaves. But
You know Pep Guardiola's brother's name is Per Guardiola.
really, Per and
Yes.
Pep. It's like
It's
boss.
just a clone that they're using to fucking front the company. Anyways,
A clone. Oh shit! So Barca Alaves, man,
yeah.
2-0
This was-
Barca.
2-0, and basically it was a bunch of guys trying to work, but Messi really just taking Barca on his shoulder and doing everything good, bad, and in between. He had 2 goals, a penalty that got saved, and hit the post. Like, he balled out.
Yeah, he was active. He was very. active.
WhoScored.com rating 9.8.
Whoa! fuck.
You understand?
Damn, dude.
Yeah, mash him up, you know?
That's like credit score. You know how like the top end of your credit score is like you can get up to 650, but to get from 650 to 800 is fucking tough. 9.8 I've never even seen.
Dude, the other team, Alaves, were really well positioned, put a lot of effort.
Yep.
Their manager has them doing the right thing. I think they're a fun team. They're one of those small Spanish teams that gets overlooked because, like, the Premier League is just way better marketed and Spain is run by a bunch of idiots. But Alaves is a fun team to watch, and they were organized, they were balling.
And they had good chances. The few
Yes.
chances that they had, they easily could have been in that game.
Yes, especially because the fucking coach, Valverde, I don't know what the hell his team selection is either. You know?
Yeah, no, same.
He had Vidal playing as one of the right forward, with Sergio Roberto playing right back to cover him. Like Vidal is just known for so much creativity, and like just playing defense was holding him back.
Yep.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Bring in Semedo and bench that dude.
Hey, shout out to Tupaco Alicer. Like he balled out, man.
Tupac, go
he
ahead,
looks
rock this.
good role player for them, man.
You can tell by his everyday kicks he ain't rich.
Yes, sir.
Dude, De La Feu 2 rungs above his pay scale. You need to get the fuck out.
Oh my, yeah, dude. Agreed. Man, let's head across the Mediterranean, man. Let's actually not.
Hold on
Mediterranean.
1 second. I would like to mention one fact.
Sure.
We were talking about the Arsenal game earlier.
Yep.
Alaves played a Barcelona team with Messi in top form and had 11 shots with 2 on target. Arsenal, what the fuck are you doing?
8 shots, none on goal. Holy shit, man. All right, let's head on over the Alps. Actually, it's not over the Mediterranean. We're gonna go over mountains to check out Roma Inter. This is one
Buongiorno.
3-1 by Inter.
Yes, the return of Spalletti. This guy was ridiculously accused of being the reason Francesco Totti retired. Just so you know, Francesco Totti retired at 40. Why do we need a reason? I thought that was a question that was answered.
It is. It totally is, dude. Inter was extremely clinical though, man. 8-3 shots on goals here. Roma seemed a bit more active, but
Inter looks like the team that is better prepared for this season. Roma sold players haphazardly. Haven't really purchased some. Like, they got a guy after this game, the Sheikh, who's supposed to be the Sheikh. He's coming through, but like they look unprepared. I think they spent the summer patting each other on their backs, or as Winston Wolfe said, let's not start sucking each other's dicks just yet, gentlemen.
not just yet.
So they get ahead 1-0 and do exactly what we just talked about.
Yep. Checo Yaho.
Checo did his thing.
Yep. Nice goal.
Yes, it's excellent that the league does not require any mobility, because people like Checo can just dominate it with pure skill as long as they don't have to move.
Mm-hmm. Yep, which he's done. And Icardi just turned them boys around.
By them boys, if you mean Federico Fazio, who he lost 2 times, and within 10 minutes had turned a 1-0 advantage into...
Son is missing. Son is on the back of milk cartons.
Dude,
man.
he is still walking around confused with a blank look on his face like aliens took him.
Yeah, straight up, man. The turnaround goal, the spin was so nice by Icardi. 3-1 Inter.
Perisic had a nice fucking move, and he had 2 assists. But the last one that he made for Vecino,
Oh yeah.
oh my lord, that was beautiful. Perisic is a one-dimensional player,
Yep.
but what a dimension.
Yeah. Hey man, when you're really good at one thing, man, that's
Hey, acute Robinitis.
yeah.
It can be a very profitable enterprise.
Absolutely, man. We're gonna head back over to Spain though. We're gonna talk about Real and Valencia. A 2-2 draw. Real Madrid versus Valencia.
Yes, can we talk about this first of all by mentioning my man Jeffrey Kondogbia, who earlier in the summer everybody was talking shit about that half-field on goal that he scored. His confidence wasn't touched by that. When after the game the reporter asks him how it felt to play against Real Madrid without the best player in the world, he said, I didn't know Messi played for Real Madrid.
Ooh, burn. It just burns your tan, don't it, Ronaldo? It just burns it.
This after a goal. He scored the goal and didn't even celebrate. He saw that shit. He was like, yeah, I score on Real Madrid because it's a Sunday.
That's what I do. Yeah.
But the real story of this, not to underplay Valencia's victory, points.
Yep. It's basically a victory, man.
Yes, it is really.
At the Bernabeu,
I call it
basically a victory.
Yes, was Asensio.
Man, amazing.
My fucking lord.
Amazing, dude. He saved them. They saved them. They got that kid brother out there saving them. Because Benzema was Bernabeu.
People, evolution is real.
Dude. Man, for real. Straight up.
This guy, 2 amazing goals. Like, the free kick was beautiful, but the awareness to just snatch out that ball when the defense fucked up, and before the guy blinked, he had made that beautiful cut and slotted it in the corner from outside the box. This kid, they're going to be moving some positions between Asensio and Isco coming up, because all these cats in front of them better step up.
Yeah, gonna have to, man. Gonna have to.
I'm talking to you, Gareth Bale. But more importantly, Valencia's best defender yesterday was
Mangala? No.
Damn
it. I'm always trying to find a Mangala.
I'll make it easy for you. Karim Benzema.
Absolutely, man.
I didn't know that goalkeepers in 2017 could pick up back passes. Like, he's taking amazing Real Madrid moves and just like tapping it to the goalkeeper like it's a training exercise.
He skied a wide open.
They said Valbuena should save the tape of the game to blackmail. blackmail Benzema back.
I don't think it would have worked. Benzema kind of G, man. But that's a serious point.
True.
It's a serious point for Valencia, man. Serious point. Yeah, man. I think that's the back 4. I think we're gonna go ahead and move on to the midfield.
Let's go.
All right, so Still in Spain with big news this week. We got the Usman.
Who's man?
Usman.
Your man?
Usman.
Dembele.
Dembele.
A Dembele.
Transfer.
There's a striker.
Yeah. Transfer to Barcelona.
No.
Finally done. BVB. I thought it was me.
Yes.
Sorry, yo. Like, they gave up. They finally let him go. This
They
is
looked
huge,
in the
man.
couches and stuff and scrounged up their change and found 105 million euros somewhere.
Which is almost a bargain on today's market.
Because they had just received money for their guy that got taken.
Yep. So tell us a little bit about Usman, because a lot of people don't get to watch the German league, and even if you could, why would you? It's a Bayern Munich fucking show every year. But either way, tell us a little bit about
Yes.
Dembele.
The Bundesliga, also known as the Bayern Liga, is where he played his last season, but he's not really a Bundesliga player. He played 1 year at Dortmund, and before that, he made his debut the year before at Rennes.
MC Ren.
MC Rennes.
Ooh,
He was definitely not DJ Yellow because he's dark.
Why does France have all the hip hop names?
Telling you, man, France got that culture.
MC Ren, OGC. All right, let's go. Tell us about Dembele.
Barca, like, everybody's thinking this is a reactionary buy, but like, they've been after this kid since he first came onto the scene 2 seasons ago. By the time spring came, they had already approached Rennes and tried to buy him. They thought at the time that he had a release clause of 5 million euros. So they tried to make the move, but the French are like, merde.
No.
So he stays there, becomes the youngest ever player in France to get to have a 10-goal season in his only season there.
Wow.
Younger than Henry, younger than Tony Marshall.
Wow.
So
Hazard.
Barca comes back again. By now, Dortmund has the inside track. They get this kid. He's still like all hype. At this moment, I'm thinking like, is it the Chelsea guy? No, the Tottenham Dembele.
I couldn't figure it
The
out either.
Celtic Dembele. Oh, they got a new Dembele. So I like Googled Dembele, and it's like, you're not really a league unless you have 8 of them. But anyways, they tried to approach him again through a French kid that used to play for the reserves in Barca. That's about his age. And that didn't work out either. And now at Dortmund, who get him for 15 mil, that Barca couldn't fucking cough up because Bartomeu is who he is. He goes on to have a season that's like statistically not amazing, but you just see the potential. And Aubameyang looks sprightlier because this guy releases him quicker. He opens up the defense for him. You watch this guy and you understand what the big deal is about.
Yeah, his dribbling, man, is
He's a magician when he dribbles.
absolutely,
Yeah.
and you just have to assume that like the thing that I got excited about was like thinking about him. Even if Messi, Messi's 4 years away from maybe being done or something, but anyway, like he gets to learn from Messi.
And before he learns, his 12 assists last season were the highest among anybody under the age of 21 in all of the big 5 leagues.
Yeah, if you
Like
you
this guy, Paul Pogba, him, and Zidane are the 3 highest transfer fees out of France.
wow, and
And also out of Africa.
no, and he's a French. Same thing.
Same thing.
But he
Same
is a
difference.
French international, right?
Yes.
An amazing team. We'll talk a little bit more about that on our international notes next week.
Le Bleu. Le
well,
Bleu,
well,
Le Bleu, Eshkoshka.
Let's talk about one more angle to this. What is this worth? What is this worth for him? What is this worth to Barca? I mean, this is major. Like, is it like a no-brainer going to work for both sides, or
For him, it's funny because, like, before he even made his debut for Rennes, somebody had tweeted Dembele is going to sign for Barca, and at the time he was a young kid, and his response was, "You're crazy." So for him, he's in Barcelona. He's stated before that he wants to be actually an understudy to Messi and learn from him, like you said, and of course, not to mention the money and the fame that comes with being Barca. And for Barca,
Where's he going to play for Barca?
he's going to play on the left side of the
So
attacking three, like Neymar's position.
Take Neymar's spot.
Yeah, except like Neymar was like a playmaking, like he's a number 10 that moved there because Messi is around. Like he also leans a little more to the left, but like given free reign, Neymar wouldn't be riding the line like that. This kid is actually a winger, and he is fast as lightning, can dribble. Like he will help Messi.
Passing too, sublime
Yeah,
passes.
whatever else they do, this was a good piece of business that Barcelona did. Like
Yeah.
this will really help the team. When Messi looks up, he does not see Deulofeu. He sees a protege, a young guy that's going to be one of the greatest at what he does if he keeps progress like he's doing.
Yeah, and I think that's $100 million a lot better spent than 100 plus 140 for Coutinho by far.
Yes, I agree with you. It's a no-brainer, but I think they're still trying to give them the Coutinho money up.
No, agreed. Just was thinking, like in any comparison, this is a better deal.
They're run by such shit people that it's, nobody's going to talk to Barca for less than 130 at this point.
Yeah. Well, no, why would you?
You know?
So, keeping Barca in mind, but we're gonna move on up to the UK, man. We got to talk about Pep. We got to talk about my namesake, man, and what the hell he's doing in City.
You might say they're playing without pep in their step.
Man, you know what? That part I might not say because the motivation, like the energy, has actually been there, right?
I know.
But
They just, but it's a very un-Guardiola looking team right now. Like his teams are known for like passing you to death. Sometimes if he doesn't even find the opening, it can actually get a little repetitive and boring. But like that's what he's been known for at Barca and at Bayern Munich. This team, like don't reflect what he's trying to do. I think he's confused between trying to be Pep Guardiola and do things Pep Guardiola way and adjust to the few big fuck-ups that he's done in England and build a team that's built for England.
Yep. In the 1-1 draw to Everton, like I can't tell you how often Otamendi and company had the ball on the wings in offensive positions. That is not who I want with the ball. That is not what I want to see out there. That was a struggle. That was a struggle for me conceptually to watch.
He seems like he doesn't know what to do with Sergio Aguero. Sergio Aguero, City champion.
Yep.
But he does not like to play with just Aguero doesn't necessarily he likes to be part of a two-striker lineup is what the claim is. But if you are Pep Guardiola, Aguero plays wherever the fuck you tell him to play.
Yep.
And you should be able to figure out the best way to make this guy productive, because the world knows that you have the best striker in England on your team. Why can't you use him?
So he did change. Like he ran the two strikers up front the first two games.
He's looking for a religious, solution. He's like, what if I just went to Jesus? Maybe that would help.
And for the third game, he played Jesus up front all alone. Jesus looked good. Jesus scored a goal.
Jesus walked.
Very nice goal. And should have had a red card. I like this. Not should have had. Should have
Earned
a red card from Ake Fish. But nah, man, I'm not sure he knows yet what exactly he wants to do. He ran the
He
four-man
paid
back
all
line.
this money to bring all these players, and 2 games in a row he's saved by Raheem the Dream Sterling.
And Stones was on the bench, notably, in my opinion. Again.
I find it hilarious that guy is a bit of a pussy because his name is Stones and that's what he lacks.
And that's what he John No Stones.
No Stones.
I got a pocket with no stones.
But Bernardo Silva needs to be given a more prominent role.
Yep.
Their dependence on Leroy Sané on the wing is not looking very productive. Maybe with Ben Mendy coming into the fold, that will open up. But just like how Kevin De Bruyne came in extra motivated at the beginning and then tailed off, it seems like Leroy Sané is reaching that. So Leroy Jenkins, please step up.
Yeah, for my money last game, there was like a disconnect. Like usually you see them get together in the little triangle and they move the ball around. Like they were too far apart, man. The midfielders and the up front three, like they were just too far apart. And
You know what that needs, right?
What does that mean?
It needs a Toure boy. Yeah.
Trust me.
Toure.
That thought crossed my head. I was like, this looks like a game. Yaya should probably be the sub, but he wasn't. But he wasn't. All right, man. City.
Dude, if he was a sub, nobody would have ran into the field. Nothing.
So 7 points from possible 9. I mean, you can't be too mad at that, but it's been very unimpressive for all the hype behind City. So
They scored in Fergie time off of a bad clearance. David Silva's haircut, he has had a Samson reaction to it. He's still flitting about, but he's not finishing it off. And when he plays without Bernardo Silva now, I don't know how he just...
Bernardo has to start.
Yeah, Bernardo
has to
needs
start.
to take a very prominent role in this
Definitely.
team.
That's a definite. And I thought also what last thing I'd like to mention is Danilo. He did not look good, man. Not at all. He was on the other side he was the right side of the field this time, I believe.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no.
the same thing as the Bellerin thing. He's barely good at his position. Why is he playing somebody else's position? Because Kyle Walker moved to the left a little bit the last week.
But that was But that was the big hype though, is that Danilo, he can play both left and right back. Well, he
Yeah,
can,
but they didn't say how good. They just said he can play them.
he can.
He
Exactly.
can play them badly, but he can play them.
Exactly. All right, man. Let's move on. Our last midfield topic is going to be the Champions League draw. It's pretty interesting. Pretty some good groups, man. Let's start it off and talk about Group H, which would probably be what most people would consider the group of death. That's Apoel, to mention them first, because they'll be going the fuck home first. Madrid, Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, and Tottenham.
Yes. Borussia Dortmund and Madrid are meeting again, back-to-back years.
I swear they play almost every year, whether it's group or knockout, man. They play a lot.
Tottenham will be hosting these two at Wembley Stadium, a site of finals. So, don't even worry about, Dortmund or Real Madrid, where are we playing? Tottenham? Oh, where did they play? Wembley. Oh, that's where, Champions League final? Okay, I'm playing.
Yeah,
They're going to get... Tottenham is the early favorites to win the Europa League.
Nah, not at all, man. I don't think they have any interest or any hopes in Europe. This is actually the perfect draw for them. They really, I wouldn't even trot my players out there, dude. I wouldn't even play. Kane would be sitting on the bench. He'd be coming on as a sub. I'd be sitting.
So you have a bunch of underpaid players that are you going to also make underperform, and then you're going to try to keep them?
Just go home, man.
That's a good approach.
Go home. Well, that's about the amount of ambition they show.
Pretty much. They have a two-time player of the year left back that they pay a hamburger a week or something.
Dude, exactly. Matzo ball a week. So, dude, no. This is perfect for them. They'll go out. They'll go.
I'm telling you,
crash out
early
Europa
favorites
League.
to win the Europa.
They have no interest in that. They're gonna have to.
They're going to
crash
have
out
to
of that
have
on
interest
purpose.
in it because, I don't think they're going to be a top 4 team. So that's an easy way to get back in the Champions League. They're gonna, it's changed, dude. Europa is worth something now.
Are you?
Manchester United. Have you met Jose
I
Mourinho?
was just gonna say, did Josie call you over the fucking weekend, man?
I'm just saying, they're not going to do anything in the Champions League. They're definitely better than Apoel Nicosia, who I see receiving about 30 goals over the course of this whole group stages. So they'll finish in 3rd place, slide into the Europa Cup, and then...
It's gonna be easier to finish 4th, man, than to win the Europa. I think that's the thing, and I
disagree.
think it is. I think it is a topic for another day, man. A topic for another day.
What do you mean? It was a topic last season. They finished 6th and won the Europa.
No, Manchester did.
I'm just saying.
But I'm saying this year, as far as Tottenham being they have a better chance of finishing top 4, in my opinion, than winning the fucking Europa League.
I don't think they're
To make
doing either
Champions
one of
League.
those two things.
They probably won't. So let's flip it. Let's talk about the group of life, and that would be Group G. That's Monaco, RB Leipzig.
Red Bull,
Red Bull.
sponsor us. We'll talk about you.
And
We'll
there's
talk about you
Sporting.
Besiktas, Monaco, Red Bull, and Porto.
Yep, that's a pretty even.
This
Pretty
is
even
an
group.
even team. Not a group of life because they suck, but they're not the top tier teams, but all of them are dominant within their leagues. They're not at the best position they've been over the past few years, but they're still good enough to give anybody a game on their day. They have star power.
Leipzig's European debut.
Yes.
I don't
And
think debut has a T at the end, but
it does have a T, you do not pronounce it.
I know. Anyway, yes, their debut.
Yes. Debit.
Terrible, man. But a fun group, and I think almost anybody can come out of that one, and that's the cool thing about it. Those should be actually
Dude.
some interesting games.
1 second, I would like to go back to Tottenham.
Sure, I'm always down for bashing. I mean, I assume that's what
On
you're
October 17th, Tottenham plays at Real Madrid.
doing. Yep.
On the 22nd, they host Liverpool. I use the word host loosely because it's going to happen at Wembley Stadium. On the 28th, next game after, they go to Old Trafford to play Manchester United. And 3 days later, they quote-unquote host Real Madrid again.
Wow.
So that could be all she wrote.
Yeah.
And they would be like, now you're gonna believe us, now you're gonna believe us, now you're gonna believe us. That Tottenham fucked it up.
Yeah, they've already lost Andrew again. So you can't. It seems like a bad year to start in the hole. So Group of Life, that should be a fun group. Give me your dark horse, man. Give me your Liverpool 2005 potential team that could sneak through and just shock everybody.
I really think there's gonna be a year where one of the giant teams is gonna take it, just because of the money invested and like it's a World Cup year. Everybody's trying to come into that with close it out, right? And there's a lot of coaches that are at the most urgent stage of their careers, so the push is going to be really hard. But if I really had to push, it would be Napoli.
Okay.
Dries Mertens is like the accidental change of him from an attacking midfielder into a striker has turned that team around, and they got a nice crazy ass coach, and they can do big things, you know.
Absolutely. I'm gonna say, oddly enough, I'm gonna say Liverpool. I just like, to your point earlier, man, I just like the way that the team is totally behind Klopp, man. You never know where that type of chemistry can take you.
I don't think that Liverpool has the depth to go
they don't.
anywhere.
But that's why it's an upset.
It's
That's
funny
why
because
it's
Napoli
shocking.
is not a very deep team either, but they play from a standing position, so they don't really hurt themselves.
Yeah, and the attacking in Liverpool is just, they could, you can get the right draws. We talked about this before. You get a few easy draws in the group stage. I mean,
That's the thing with
knockout
Liverpool.
stage.
If you're a risk-taking team and you attack them, they're built to play to take advantage of all your mistakes. But if you can attack consistently without mistakes as a big club, and like you can attack with only a few players and sit back and not get countered on, Liverpool is there for the plucking. But I don't know what Z German has them doing. Nobody seems to fucking get on and just do it.
So
I'm sitting here watching games like, 4-0.
So oh no, I know. So the upset special, man, the big team that you think could not make it out of the group stage.
Well, by default, it's going to have to be Tottenham. But then, you're not a big team. It's not a surprise.
Not a surprise.
It's just life, so we can't talk about you.
Man, this is going to be a paradox, man. It could be Liverpool.
I'm going to go Atleti.
Atleti?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that...
Down year?
Yeah, because the
been
transfers
going
and
every year.
everything, and like if they got a band, they can't buy anybody. I think Champions League commitment is really rough to do with a small team, and I'd have to go with Atleti. I hope not, just because I think that. Sorry, Diego Simeone. Sorry, I did not mean to say that. Do not kill me. I don't want anything. Thank
Not
you.
sending Reservoir Dogs after us.
Atleti will win the World Cup. Are you happy?
All right, man. Damn. Champions League, man. Please check out Twitter. We're gonna post some classic moments and other
Yes.
cool moments from past Champions League group stage games and such. Try to post
Mucho
as many as you can.
videos,
Yeah.
funny posts.
Good
Give
stuff.
Us, give us a follow.
There's a good Dembele one on there about his left foot versus his right foot. Definitely worth checking out.
Yes, a lefty who takes penalties with his right because he shoots better with his right.
But he's definitely left-footed,
Yes,
according to him. Anyway, man,
he's left-minded too.
that's the midfield, man. That was strong. That was a strong performance from the midfield. We're gonna go ahead and move on. Strikers.
Hello.
All right, front three. Let's go. Let's go. Award time. Dude of the week.
We would have to give it to a certain short somebody from Jamaica by way of London.
Yo, Raheem the
Dream Sterling.
Dude, this dude is saved. He
Shorter
saved
than
their
a
season
blade
so
of grass.
Dude, he saved their season so far.
Yeah.
Like two. He's responsible for 4 points. They could be 3 points in out of 9. But
Yes,
instead they're 7 out of 9, and that's kind of major early on.
that the volley against Everton was one thing. I was like, okay, Fluke, nice day to have your Fluke. But this time, I'm like, okay, Pep has been doing some whispering to this little one. Apparently, Pep speaks excellent patois because even though the Spanish-speaking players are not playing to his order, the Jamaican.
Yo. And then he did he got wild.
Yes, and then he followed it up with a very Jamaican celebration. He ran into the crowd and got lost between the legs of some Englishman eating a pie.
and got his second yellow of the game.
Yes.
Red card.
And led to misunderstanding in which Aguero almost put some hands on some stewards.
So now you're looking at suspensions possibly, and definitely Raheem out for the Liverpool game.
Yes, Aguero's not getting suspended at all. Like,
Okay.
They're good.
Good, no doubt. Dude of the week, Raheem Sterling. Twat happen moment of the week, man. We're gonna go to the depths, dude. We're gonna go to the dungeons.
We travel for y'all.
of Ligue 2. That's French.
Yes, it means choose.
Twos, and that's our favorite. Man,
You know why I love France?
outside of all the hip hop names.
Yes, and because we get to talk about a game between Nancy and Brest.
Nancy Breast.
Nancy and Brest played with each other.
Fumbled the ball around a bit.
Brest was winning 2-1 because there's only one Nancy and two Brest. no. Anyways, on a more serious note, yeah, Brest was up 2-1. It was at Brest, and then the Nancy goalkeeper got so pissed off by the Brest supporters that he decided to turn around and hoof the ball. He punted it into the crowd of ultras and walked away like he did some like awesome Chuck Norris shit, not realizing that like half the crowd had jumped and he's like chasing him down to beat his ass. He gets red carded, a mass brawl almost erupts, but
Fans on the field.
yeah, mon dieu.
Dude, hey, at Diving for Glory, FOR.
That
Please check us
video
on
will
Twitter.
be there.
Yes, dude, that is so worth seeing. You're such a dumbass. All right, goal of the
We
week,
should
man.
kick him off, Nancy.
Goal of the week.
Goal of the week goes to Andrea Bellotti. Another video that shall be posted. You have to watch this. He had an assist in the game. Torino is putting in a good performance against Crotons or something.
Crotone.
I know.
Crotone Soprano.
But Crotoni was not very soprano, my youth.
Is that what you put on a salad?
Nah, they were more like Christopher Soprano.
That's a Caesar
No, Christopher
salad,
Moltisanti. Like, you know when Tony killed him?
Oh,
This
yeah.
dude got up, The hang time on this bicycle kick is like no other. And this is to top off a performance where he just bossed these guys. He's big like Zlatan. Like, dude, Belotti.
Yeah,
I
check
understand his price tag now.
that. Yeah. Please check at Diving for Glory on Twitter, man. Last award, man. We have to give out an All Salon Squad award this week for making his Manchester City debut. Ben
Yes.
Mendy.
The most fun Twitter follow in the Premier League currently, by far.
Dude, it looked like Wesley Snipes had his hair done by Cisco, son. Like that.
Cisco Snipes.
Dude, man, it's all good, man.
Tongue 57. Ta-tong, ta-tong.
Hey, man. Hey, respect, homie. You made the All Salon Squad.
Dude, didn't you see how he announced that he was going to Manchester City?
What'd he do?
He put on a Union Jack boxers and just pointed towards England. He was like, my balls on the Queen.
Whoa. Yes, sir. All right.
I think James McLean would like him because he hates that fucking
It's
Queen.
that fucking Queen, man. Ben Mendy, no doubt. All Salon, baby. All right, we're going to move on. Our next striker position is going to be playmakers, man. We just want to run down some of a lot of the, like,
So many guys. This weekend was the weekend that Paulo Dybala and all these creative players, Messi, the guys the team relies on, really put on a performance this week. It was, you name it.
Dybala.
Any league you go to,
Yep. Dybala with 3 goals.
Diabolica.
Yo, Icardi with 2 goals.
Dybala's 3 goals create a come from behind 4-2 win.
Yeah.
Icardi slays Roma. 2 goals and 1 Roma defender on a milk carton.
Asensio.
Asensio, his team let him down. He had the best performance in terms of just the goal quantity. His 2 goals, unmatched.
It's
But
like
Real Madrid let him down this time. It happens sometimes.
it's your little brother coming to fight the bully for you, man. That's what that was, straight up. A former Real Madrid, Alvaro Morata. He's balling, man. I can't.
Chelsea have scored 4 goals at Stamford Bridge. They have all either been created or scored by Alvaro Morata.
Yep, goal and assist,
Again.
killing it. Man, the dude, Radamel Falcao, dude, 2 goals.
Yes, in a 205-3 goal game or something. Oh.
Yeah, massacre.
But he keeps scoring. Like, if you look at his scoring chart, like, he's on fire. Either goal and assist, or 2 goals, or 3 goals, or another goal. Like, his last 6 games.
Yeah, he was such a monster, dude, before the injuries, and like I'm glad to see him, even if it's French league. I'm just
That
glad
tax-free
to see him.
money,
Yo.
man, it just makes you good.
Oh,
Inspired.
man. That's right, because they paid PSG or Monaco pay your taxes.
No, there is no income tax in the Principality.
Oh, in Monaco.
Yeah,
right,
that's why
just
rich
Monaco.
people go there.
Ah, okay.
Broke boy.
That's crazy. Lewandowski with the break, with the brace.
Yes, Leva. He's personally avenging Germany's fuckery of Poland in World War II by now owning Germany.
I also want to mention, dude,
Like, this is for Das Culture.
I also want to mention the guy. I also want to mention that the new guy, the new shadow that Neymar is basking in would be Edison Cavani.
Yes, he jumped out of Messi's shadow into Cavani's, said Twitter. Cavani did his thing.
Terrible.
Don't worry, Neymar. Cavani will disappear in a big moment. Then you can step up. But speaking of Neymar,
There's
the
one more.
real shadow,
The real shadow.
who hangs even though he's 5'7", he hangs a shadow over the universe of football.
I need to mention one more guy though, man. RB Leipzig. Timo Werner had a brace.
Yes, Timo Werner. Even though everybody's been talking about Naby Keita, Timo Werner and Naby Keita's partnership is the most exciting thing in Germany. Like, some teams are more well-rounded, but in terms of just performing together, that midfield is the most dynamic, most entertaining midfield in Germany, in my opinion. We will see if the James Rodriguez Thiago midfield clicks like that.
I only want to mention that this motherfucker plays for Red Bull and his name is Timo Werner. Like, can you get more corporate? Did they just buy the dude? Did they just create him in a lab?
They made him.
Bought him, dude.
They gave him wings.
Timo Werner. Timo.
His brother T-Bone.
Yeah. All right, man. As a playmakers, man, let's get to the last section, man. We're going to cover the games that you want to watch for the week. International break, so it's
The
all
only thing I
international.
care about on international break is James McLean. He hates the fucking Queen.
Yes, that's right. Georgia versus Ireland, not Georgia.
Yes, the best fans in the world. Jack Grealish is a wanker. He wears a wanker's hat. He didn't play for Ireland. He did not fancy that.
We also have France, Netherlands, Spain, Italy for UEFA. And those are the three
Yes.
games that we find interesting.
France,
there.
Netherlands is funny because there was a long time when Netherlands was the dominant force and the future of football in Europe. They are past their prime. They're lost a little bit.
A little bit.
They
but-
have talent, but like the
But
the
it's
leadership in Holland is always famous for fuckery.
Yep. But let me mention it's a significant game for them because they are second place in their on the table for their group. So, they're still in play to make the World Cup. And either way, that's
Absolutely.
important.
But on the other end of the spectrum, the France team is on the verge of their golden generation since Zinedine Zidane, which is hilarious to say, like a golden generation since '98.
It's
But
an amazing talent.
these kids coming up are crazy. Like, any opportunity you get to watch France national team, you should.
Yep. France.
Unless you just don't like black people and Arabs. 'Cause they do not have any white guys.
except for the goalie, man.
The coach.
You go. Man, we're in America, dude. We got to at least mention World Cup qualifier hexagonal U.S. versus second place Costa Rica and U.S. versus
Costa
Honduras.
Rica.
You already know, man, these dudes brawl. Costa Rica brawls, Honduras brawls. So, get ready for a 1-0 snoozer or 1-1 snoozer.
Isn't the Honduran capital the most dangerous place in the world?
Is it?
I think so. One of.
US
Murder them! Murder them!
And they do, man. They do.
Oh, yeah.
U.S. is in third place, man. 6 points off Mexico.
I'll make it, man.
Pretty cool for the African.
The
World
U.S.
Cup
soccer
qualifiers.
team has more money than the countries they play.
Of course.
No, not the soccer team. Like, the soccer team has more money than the actual country.
Than the whole country.
Yes.
It's not fair, man. What do you say? New money versus no money.
Yes. That's exactly what the case is.
So Africa, we got a home and home, which we find kind of interesting. Nigeria versus Cameroon. Home
That's
and home.
always like two dominant forces in African football history. Also, there's potential for much fuckery. There's usually team fights. Teams don't get paid, so they fight against the confederation. There is stars egos clash. Like, African qualifying football has more drama in it than a Nigerian movie,
Does BN cover this or
Oh, yeah.
or is this going to be like
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
stream? Okay, cool. Yeah. Cannonball South America, we got Uruguay, Argentina.
Yes, they love each other.
No Suarez. No Suarez.
They only go to war against each other every once in a while. No, they hate each other. No Suarez, who is currently
He's injured.
incapacitated.
Yep. And then Brazil has 2 games. Brazil Ecuador is the first game, and then Brazil Colombia. That should be fun.
Brazil should take care of Ecuador easily at home because Ecuador is a team that, although they're good, they perform best in Ecuador, where I think Ecuador is on the moon or some such altitude. But the Colombia-Brazil game is fucking exciting.
Absolutely.
They got James.
James is
James.
actually technically injured, but he still got called up.
Jimmy Rod.
Man, do you think
Jimmy
Paul-
Rod is
Do do you think Jimmy Rod, J Rod? Do you think Paulinho's gonna play?
Paulinho. Yes. I think he's
Paulinho.
going to ball out.
Paulinho
They play a
Abdul.
4-2-3-1. That I think they're actually coaching the Brazilian team in Chinese these days, so playing in Europe is a handicap.
Oh,
He might
right.
get dropped from moving away from China.
There's one game that I want to mention. It's every American's nightmare, man. In the AFC, Iran, Syria.
Oh,
I mean, the fact that Syria is even still has a team that's playing. is
where
beyond
bullet
me.
header is an accurate statement.
Low blow, man. Low blow. All right, man. That was it.
Yes.
D4G.
Welcome
Week
the
4,
girls,
man.
them sugar. The
All right.
girls, them need this soccer.
Yeah, you D4G Ultras, man. Thanks for listening to another episode. Burn
We
some shit
out.
down for us. Set off a few flares for the international break. Next week, we're going to do a post-transfer window special where we re-ascertain the lay of the 5 kingdoms and see where we stand going forward. Until then, check us on Twitter at Diving for Glory, FOR, and make sure to give us a like on Twitter or Facebook. I mean, assuming you actually appreciate the extremely high-quality analysis that we provide for these shits and giggles. Of
And give us a
course.
follow, please.
Please, man, hashtag Diving for Glory, hashtag D4G. That's the final whistle. Match in the book. Pep, Sir Solomon.
Out.
1.
Diving. 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 Diving.
Yes, I think like no one is in the fucking reserves.
Diving. Diving.
He's not a man. There's nothing more to say.
Diving.